Now, just based off this video title, I know what you're thinking. Here's a guy who's about to call AJ Brown and Diva to try and divide the Eagles locker room and ruin their chances at winning back-to-back championships. Go work for WIP. But believe it or not, this video has nothing negative at all to say about AJ Brown. Quite the opposite, in fact. Despite how incredible AJ Brown has been for the Eagles, we have never seen his prime, and we may never get to. AJ Brown was drafted to the Titans in 2019 and immediately made an impact in their offense. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I did not go back and watch 2019 Titans games to see exactly how big of an impact AJ Brown actually had on them. Number one, I'm an Eagles fan, and number two, I'm a college student. So, in terms of priority, watching 2019 Titans games isn't exactly one or two. But what I can do is show you his highlights and show you what the data says.
2nd and 10, again, Mariota gets his feet planted, throws it off his back, but wide open. Down the field, he's got his man. That is the rookie Brown to the 20-yard line, A.J. Brown.
At the top of the NFL, Derrick Henry on formation. And fake to him over the middle. It is caught. That's the rookie A.J. Brown. He's still going. Brown showing the wheels to the 10 to the 5. And he's in for the touchdown.
With time, down the far sideline, and is pulled in at about the 25-yard line by A.J. Brown.
Here in the second half, Tannehill, perfect throw, A.J. Brown, and Brown turns on the Jets, touchdown, it is an onslaught in Nashville.
AJ Brown was one of the best go ball receivers in 2019, averaging an insane 20.2 yards per catch. But that also might have just been how the Titans were using him his rookie year. With the third best rushing attack in the NFL and the defense allowing just 21 points per game, the Titans seemed content to just pound the rock, throw when they had to, and allow their defense to do the heavy lifting, leading them to a 9-7 record and a surprising playoff appearance, getting in at the 6th seed. The Titans would prove that their best football was ahead of them though, holding the Patriots in the first round to 13 points, and ain't this an AJ Brown video? To summarize, the Titans, despite being a 6th seed, were going to beat the Patriots in the wildcard round, beat the Ravens in the divisional round, but eventually lose to the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Now, don't get me wrong, the Titans far exceeded expectations, but at the same time, they benefited heavily from a New England squad that was past their prime and a very inexperienced Ravens team. So going into 2020, the main question was, could the Titans replicate their past success? Or, I guess, current success, since, they did well this year, and then the next year, we were going to see if they could do well again. Okay, let's just move on. While the Titans had a decent year in 2020, with Derrick Henry rushing for 1,500 yards, he exploded for 2,000 yards in 2020, and the Titans had the 4th best scoring offense, averaging 30.7 points per game. While the Titans defense took a big step back in 2020, they still won the AFC South and made the playoffs as a 4 seed, only to get smacked by the Ravens team that they beat last year. But again, this is an AJ Brown video, so how did he progress from year 1 to year 2? Well, considering that Derrick Henry rushed for 2,000 yards this year, you may be surprised to learn that AJ Brown's role in the offense actually increased. While his yards didn't go up by much, his receptions, targets, and touchdowns all did. AJ would also end up missing 2 games this year, so while his yards may have looked similar to his rookie year, he likely would have had around 100 or 200 more had he not missed any time. So even though the Titans hadn't achieved the aspirations that they set out for themselves, it was clear that they had a star in the making in AJ Brown.
Bill showing blitz from the near side. Warriors picked up the throw to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown. Tannehill gonna go for it to the end zone. It's caught. Did he get there? He did.
Tannehill on time, catch and run, A.J. Brown is a blur. Touchdown, Titan.
3rd down and 2, and taking a shot to Brown downfield. He makes the catch, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Goes to Brown. Brown trying to wiggle free. Still fighting for it. Brown takes it all the way. Unbelievable effort.
Motion, Tannehill throws, catch is made. It is A.J. Brown. Brown breaks a tackle. Brown turning on the speed. A.J. Brown. Goodbye.
The 2021 Titans are an interesting team. While they went 12-5, securing the 1 seed in the first 17-game season, the Titans didn't do it by having a great offense or great defense. They were just pretty good on both sides of the ball. It's hard to say what happened in terms of A.J. Brown's development, as he missed 4 games this season, but still had similar targets. What this showed, however, was that the Titans were making a concerted effort to get A.J. Brown the ball, as despite missing those 4 games, he still had similar targets as he did last year, meaning his targets per game overall had gone up. Also, this is unrelated to A.J. Brown, but apparently Derrick Henry missed 8 games this season, as well as A.J. Brown missing 4? How did the Titans go 12-5, winning the entire AFC, despite missing their 2 biggest stars? Like, that don't make sense to me, but if any Titans fans, I don't have that big an audience, so I probably won't get any Titans fans, but if any Titans fans are watching this video and they want to chime in, please educate me, because I don't know how that happens. Oh, and a little fun fact for y'all, apparently Julio Jones was on this Titans team. So, yeah, that happened. Sadly, however, the Titans would once again fall short of their goals, reaching the AFC Championship game, but losing in a defensive slug. Actually, did I lie? I lied. They did not reach the AFC Championship game. They lost in the defensive... What am I saying? The Titans lost in the divisional round against the Cincinnati Bengals in a defensive slugfest. Thank you. Now, I'm no general manager, but conventional wisdom says that after earning the 1 seed, you generally don't trade one of your franchise centerpieces, regardless of whether or not he's requesting a contract that you don't want to pay. John Robinson didn't listen to conventional wisdom, however, and in a shocking draft day trade...
Oh my God! Do you see that? Do you see that?
A.J. Brown?
They traded for A.J. Brown?
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Kelsey, sit down. We're looking at your belly button.
This is big, Lefko. This is big.
The Tennessee Titans sent A.J. Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he took off.
Good protection for Jalen Hurts, who takes a shot, and he's got A.J. Brown inside the 10.
Second and 10. Oh boy, deep ball it is. And it is caught for the touchdown. A.J. Brown. Down the field they go, and he's got a second touchdown of the game. A.J. Brown. Hit on yourself. As Hurts going down the field, can they do it again? Yes, they can. A.J. Brown.
Hurts lofting deep again. Brown is wide open and he catches. He's going to walk in backwards. Hurts going deep for A.J. Brown. He has got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Has been locked in so far. Wants it all and has Brown. One play to get in the end zone. A.J. Brown for the 10th time this year. Pressure coming. Hurts wants it all with Brown. A.J. Brown beating Johnson. Staying in. Taking it inside the 10. Minshew has one-on-one for A.J. Brown. He's got it. A.J. Brown into the open field. Full of the gas. To the end zone. Touchdown Eagles. Hurts has all day. Loaded up. Taking a shot. Looking for A.J. Brown. He's got it. Touchdown.
In A.J. Brown's first season with the Eagles, he had nearly 1,500 receiving yards and 11 receiving touchdowns, and helped them reach the Super Bowl. Insane. This same year, Brown was 4th in receiving yards and tied for 3rd in receiving touchdowns, despite only being 10th in targets. Now, this isn't to say that A.J. Brown needed more targets, as the difference between 4th and 10th was only 11. But this is to say that not only was A.J. Brown proving himself as one of the best deep ball receivers in the NFL, but he was showing that he was one of the best receivers in the NFL, period. The following season, A.J. Brown will record his most targets and catches to date, with 158, and will notch another 1,400 plus yard season, although recording less touchdowns than he did in 2022. While this season was statistically significant, the difficulties that the Eagles were having on offense due to new play caller Brian Johnson made these essentially empty stats. Brown did have a 7-game stretch in which he averaged 130 receiving yards per game, showing just truly how dominant he could be. But the Eagles defense and play calling eventually caught up to them in a 32-9 blowout loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers during the wildcard round of the playoffs, in which A.J. Brown didn't play due to injury. Finally, that brings us to the season in which A.J. Brown recorded another 1,000-plus yard season with 67 catches and 7 touchdowns, despite missing 5 games. And regarding the playoffs, I don't need to discuss that, man. Y'all know what happened.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia.
Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
So, why do I think we have not seen A.J. Brown's prime yet? Well, it simply comes down to targets. While I do think A.J. Brown is playing through his best years, which is typically somebody's prime, I don't think that he receives the targets that other top-of-the-line receivers do to show how truly dominant he actually is. While A.J. Brown was on the Titans, they were a run-first team with an elite defense. Time of possession was how they won football games, and it didn't make sense to give A.J. those targets if that wouldn't help them win. The Titans also didn't have a true number 2 wide receiver, so if teams were smart, they could just double A.J. Brown without having to worry about their second-best corner getting cooked by Corey Davis and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. Although Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, hey, y'all remember when Lil Will was throwing them bombs? Will who? I remember when Lil Will was throwing them bombs. I can't speak, but yeah, y'all get the point. So, did things change after coming to Philly? Kinda. In 2021, the year before A.J. Brown came to the Eagles, they had the number 1 rushing offense in the league. Combine that with their 2022 pass rush, and we didn't exactly have to throw the ball either. Even with these hindrances though, the Eagles still had a top 10 passing unit in 2022, and expectedly so, A.J. Brown had his best years in terms of both yards and touchdowns. And in 2023, I mean, technically you could say at some point in the season, A.J. Brown was on pace to break the single season receiving yards record. Now, is it likely he would have done that? Probably not. But I mean, I'm just saying. But okay. Let's say the 130 yards through 8 games was an outlier. All he had to do for the rest of that year to break 1,500 receiving yards was average 59 yards per game. 5'9". 5'9". He ain't averaged that, guys. He ain't do it. Not only did A.J. Brown miss time this year, but we had the second best rushing attack in the league and the number 1 defense in the league. Not super conducive to passing numbers. A.J. Brown is a truly special player who I don't think we've seen the best of in the NFL yet. He's one of the best deep ball receivers in the league, virtually impossible to cover one-on-one, and yet hasn't eclipsed 1,500 yards yet due to a combination of injuries and touches. Now, do I think he needs 170 targets like Davante Adams, Tyreek Hill, or Jamar Chase? No. On the other hand, though, there's no reason why a team with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert should have the 4th worst passing attack in the NFL. And I swear, if anyone in my comments starts talking about Jalen Hurts can't throw, I don't know. Y'all don't want to go there. With how good of a receiver A.J. Brown is, I have no doubt in my mind that with 140 to 150 targets, he is easily eclipsing 1,500 yards. I mean, if you just look at 2022, 145 targets, 1,496 yards. On a team with an elite run game, one of the best second pass catchers in the NFL, and a stellar defense, people seem to be forgetting that A.J. Brown is one of the best receivers in the NFL. So I say, why not give him a little more targets and allow him to show the league just how truly dominant he actually is.